We're moving our sailboat for the first time and releasing the dock lines in what seems like ages. Feeling practically like landlubbers again, we wonder if we've forgotten it all. How to sail, adjusting to living off the grid, and in constant motion.
Gotta get those nerves settled again.
Nothing like breaking the ice with a 2-day passage though, right? Welcome to Sailing Jibsea. 2 years ago, we knew nothing about sailing, but took off from Canada with an urge for adventure. I'm Steph, this is Travis, and this is our home, Jibsea. We moved quickly and in a short time have made it down south and even crossed an ocean, but we still have a whole lot more of the world to see. Subscribe and join our life on the water.
We've left!
Wow, it's so exciting. It's insane.
This is, yeah. Oh, that's the radio.
This is Jibsea. Yeah. So we're really excited. It's a crazy feeling to just like untie from the dock again.
I don't think it's hit me yet until I wake up tomorrow morning and we're not attached to the dock.
Yeah, you're just gonna walk off the boat into the water.
Okay, actually no, it might not be tomorrow morning. Our plan, we had a weather window come up, we wanted to take it.
There's a lot of southerly winds, and if obviously us being in Northern Ireland and we're trying to get south, trying to get down to Kinsale, stage and wait for a good window to head to Spain, we're super excited to get these sails up and try them. They look super nice. Like, really excited, so big thanks to Precision Sails.
We are motoring right now though. We just left the harbor and we're going through this really long channel. It's like, I think it's like an hour to get out or more. Originally planned to leave a little bit earlier, but our farewells to our neighbors always, you know, they always take a little bit longer than you think and you never really want the conversation to end. We said our goodbyes and we motored out, I was gonna say sailed off into the sunset, but we motored off into the sunset.
Yeah, it's always sad when you spend that long in one spot and all the good people you meet, and we had a really good time and made a lot of good friends. We wish you guys all the best and where you're heading next.
Oh,
it's exciting when you step off that dock.
I can't wait to not be sick anymore. So you were sick in the last episode, right? That was like last week.
I was still sick.
And then now I got it back. So this is, yeah, we're done with this cold, sicky thing.
Yeah. It's like it's all new again. Like, I haven't remembered anything. I gotta look at depths, wind, all this stuff, like look at the currents, and all this planning that comes along with it all. It kind of just faded away once we got into city life. You kind of forget how much work it actually takes to get to another spot safely.
We're going to be motoring about 2 hours right now to Ballyholme Bay, which is an anchorage that we've been at a couple of times before, which is why we feel comfortable getting in there, I guess what's going to be nighttime now.
Despite arriving in the dark to this rolly bay, we're excited to drop the hook using our remote control for the first time. Check out our video on how we made that happen if you haven't seen it already.
You need to back down on it.
After making dinner and getting some shut-eye for about 3 hours, we're up again and on our way.
Good morning, guys. It's about 7 in the morning. We left around 2:40 this morning. The alarm never went off, so I'm surprised we even woke up to to leave. But yeah, I've been moving on for a little bit now, and it feels good to be on the water. It's a really calm day. We're just kind of taking the conditions we can, and the wind should fill in a little bit later today. And should be nice for all of this evening. Can't wait to try these sails out. Super excited about these guys. All I need to do is attach the reefing points in our mainsail. And that's it. So I'll do that in a little bit today when I'm a little more awake. I'm gonna go and actually have a couple little micro naps. Try to catch up on some sleep. But this feels so good to be out here in the morning. This is like the first sunrise we've seen in about, 5 months. So we wake up like 10 o'clock every day. It's a little sicky this morning.
I'm so sick. I can't even breathe right now. You can probably hear it in my voice, but this is so nice. I know, I love the colors. That's my favorite, waking up on the water when the colors are all just really pretty like this. But yeah, I wish it just wasn't so cold and it wasn't so sick.
We got our little heater on in the cockpit here. Our batteries are full, so might as well use that alternator energy and heat us up in here. Alright, I better get our reefs in the sail. I don't think we'll need it, but it would be nice to have our sails fully functioning. As you can see, we'll be having some wind later this evening into the next day. So let's get on putting the reefs in the mainsail. Reefs are all attached and we're good to go. We just gotta wait for the wind to fill in later today and we'll be sailing.
There's a little wheel in our transducer that spins that measures how fast we're going speed through the water, but it's all bunged up yet again. If you guys recall, we had it all bunged up back in the Netherlands and Travis had to dive down in some cold water to clean it off. And I don't think he's really into diving down in cold water again, so we're gonna try a different way of cleaning it off. We're gonna do it from the deck. It's nice and sunny right now. It's feeling a lot warmer than it was last night. So we're gonna try this new way of cleaning it off and hopefully it works.
Just put the boat in neutral. And I got a couple options, but first we're gonna try the rope. Steph's gonna stand on one side of the boat, I'm gonna stand on the other. And we're just gonna drop the rope over the bow. So it goes over the hull and the bottom. Then we're just gonna try to get the rope rubbing past the little wheel and see if we can free it up. And if not, we can try it with a scrub brush and do the same thing with the rope. But let's try the rope first. You can pull it more.
That totally worked. We were up there, we thought it wasn't working because Travis went back to quickly check, but we were just bobbing, so there wasn't really anything to really register maybe, but as we started going again, showing up.
Super pumped with that. That was kind of easy, and I don't know why we didn't think of that before. It's funny how you do something for so long and then just another idea pops in your head, like, that might work. Yeah, I totally didn't want to go swimming, so yay. It's been a beautiful day on the water. We're about almost 17 hours into the passage so far. Done 95 nautical miles. Waiting for that wind to fill in. It's kind of been pushed back a little bit. Should fill in this evening. So it'll be nice. Beautiful day. It's really warm on the water today too. Love it. Steph's just about to make some dinner and I'm just gonna hang out for the evening. And it is so crazy that we've had internet the whole time. The Starlink has been working fine for us underway, and it's just, it's so awesome just to be able to watch videos or do anything online, so it's pretty awesome.
The wind finally filled in and the new sails went up. Though in the dark, we couldn't see them, but it was smooth and it was comfortable. Travis is on shift from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., and I'm on shift from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. Travis usually tries to grab a nap before his night shift, and I get a nap in after my shift. This pattern has worked well for us since our transatlantic and allows us to have time spent together on passage versus a constant handoff of the wheel.
We're neutral. You just put it in reverse so that the prop doesn't spin.
Yeah. Box it out.
It is so nice to have the motor off. I did have it off the whole night shift that I was on last night, which is nice, but ever since I went to bed, it was on.
Yeah, we had to turn it on shortly after you went to bed.
So you got a nice sleep without the motor. Look at your bed head. Yeah, you got a nice sleep.
I showered a couple days here. Showers.
This is nice. It's so calm.
We're only doing 4 points.
We thought about going all the way to Kinsale, but the winds are going to change and they're going to end up being on our nose for a little bit and just not in our favor. So instead, what we're going to do is tuck into one of the bays along the way here. Plus, if we went all the way now, we'd probably arrive at like 1 a.m., which just isn't the best. And without favorable conditions, it's just not really, doesn't seem like a good choice. It's going good right now because sails are up and it's got nice conditions. So we'll take it as we have them.
Looks like a good calm anchorage.
So we're just pulling into our anchorage that we're going to stop at. We've done about 215 nautical miles since we got up at 2 a.m. 36 hours ago. And we're going to pull in here for a stop, get cleaned up, warmed up, and rested up for when weather allows us to proceed onwards to Kinsale, hopefully in the next day or so.
Before we drop the hook, we like to do a full 360 around where we plan to anchor to chart our depths. Check this out, releasing the anchor from the comfort and dryness of the helm. We've never done this before. I mean, we still have to walk up to do a visual check and attach our bridle, but it sure is nice, especially when it's raining. We didn't go ashore and spent a full day of R&R on Jibsea before continuing onwards.
We're off.
Good morning.
Got up bright and early, making our way 8 hours over to Kinsale for the last leg of our little passage here.
We're just motor sailing out and around the point here so we can get a better angle on the wind and charge our batteries a little bit. And should be about 30 minutes of that. And then we're gonna start sailing. We should have about 8 to 10 knots of wind today. Should be nice.
Time for the head sail to come out. We've just passed this point, so it's time for the motors to turn off.
You can put us in neutral.
Just under 5 knots of true wind. We're not going very fast.
Wind should shift in a little bit.
Yeah, we won't be going very far very fast.
Oh no, that might be too slow.
Well, yeah, you can kind of feel it in the way that we're moving. It's kind of just like a bobbing float.
Yeah, the waves might be too...
The waves might be too big for
this little amount of wind.
It's not really waves. It's more like swell, actually.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere at 2.5 knots.
Thought we'd give it a try because on our way.
Oh, there's a buoy right in front of us. Move.
All right, so motor's back on. We just had to dodge a buoy that was right in our line while Travis was furling in the head sail. We thought we were going to be able to sail. Well, we thought we'd try, only because on our way down to the last anchorage, we were able to sail in about 7 to 8 knots of wind. But I guess the sea state was a lot calmer, and it was a no-go this time. So we filled that in, and we're just going to continue motor sailing until we catch enough wind to do otherwise.
But if they don't, then that kind of sucked because we should have just left yesterday then when the winds were 0 and the sea state would have been a lot calmer.
We're sailing.
We're sailing. Haha.
Wind picked up a little bit, and I think we're actually going faster than we were motoring.
Much faster, yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
That is preferred.
Definitely love, you got the motor chugging away, and all of a sudden now you can sail and now you move faster. Such a good feeling.
Yeah, and the motor's not roaring. We're trying to talk, trying to just, relax, and it's like...
Happy. We're moving at 6 to 6.5 knots and 10 knots of wind.
And hopefully it keeps up this way and we can make our way all the way to Kinsale sailing. Fog starting to lift here. As you can see, it went from half a mile of visibility to maybe a mile. It's looking good. Oh, check that out.
It's sunny.
Yeah, we've been sailing for a few hours now, and it's not bad. It's pretty comfortable. I'm gonna go downstairs and make lunch. Usually lunches are anything that we can quickly pop into the oven. Ooh. Like just as I said that, we get like a yeah, anything that we can pop into the oven and kind of just leave there to cook is ideal for us. So I think chicken strips is what we're going to do today.
Now that the sun's out, we're excited to test out our new action camera, an Insta 360 X3, to get some sweet sailing footage from a different perspective for you guys. We're excited to play around with it a bit more and get creative. We're also curious if you prefer these, drone shots, or a mix of it all. Let us know in the comments below.
We're just approaching the inlet into the estuary where Kinsale is. This is totally deja vu. Like, this is where we were 10 months ago when we crossed the ocean. It's just really cool to be back and to think that it's been 10 whole months since we've been here, because it kind of feels like yesterday.
I know, right? It went by so quick.
Anchor's down in Kinsale Harbour, and again, we're going to show you this automatic release, because man, do we love this thing. We'll be waiting it out here for some decent weather to cross the Bay of Biscay over to Spain. So stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.